All right. Welcome to the lightning rounds. We're going to have a series of 4 15-minute talks. And just any speakers who are in the room, I'll let you know I'm going to be brutal about the time so that everybody gets a fair whack at it. And I'd like to start off by introducing Arnaud Lems.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Welcome to my lightning talk. It's about the 5 dysfunctions of an agile contract. And yeah, I've been in IT for like 15 years. And I work for Agile in the Netherlands. Usually I do projects and I do technical architecture or program manager kind of things. And I'm also a certified Scrum Master. And above all, I think I'm an ALM enthusiast and evangelist and try to help people implement the right ALM strategies. So in this session, you will learn all you ever wanted to know about paradigms, but we're afraid to ask. And the thing is that at first, I thought, okay, my intention was to bore you to tears with talk about contracts and legal things and whatnot. But I guess that's not going to be the approach that I want to take, because that wouldn't really help anyone. So paradigms. Stephen Covey said something about paradigms, and paradigms are, he made a sort of simile, are the maps you use that you view the world. You view the world through those maps. And if you align those maps with the correct principles, then they can become more accurate and functional, so they will actually help you. And what I mean by that is that if you try to drive through Chicago looking for the library, and you have a map of New York, the chances of success are remote, are really, really remote. So it's probably a good idea to change your ideas, to change your paradigm, change your map, basically. Now, changing your map basically means that you have to do a paradigm switch. You have to switch the way you see the world. And you can switch. You can do that on all kinds of levels. It happened to me this very summit. I was talking to one of my colleagues, one of my American colleagues. And he told me that he was hunting deer. Now, I'm from Europe and the Netherlands, and I'm not very big on shooting innocent animals. So my initial response was, my maps were telling me, tar and feather the guy, drive him out of town with a pitchfork. But he started explaining that why he was doing what he was doing. And I never considered the fact there would be an actual reason or an actual story behind that could make sense. So he was explaining a lot of the things, and I had to change my paradigm because I was wrong, basically. There's all kinds of regulations out there, and my views were, basically that American cohorts would go into the forest and kill everything in sight. But that's not the case. I used the wrong map. So changing the paradigms usually means that you are facing a problem. And Einstein said that you cannot solve a problem by staying at the same level of thinking that you were at when you created them. That means that you need to get a different perspective on things. So just as I did with Scott, you need to get a real different perspective on things. So for instance, if I wanted to get a different perspective of you, I would just step on over here and just look at you like this, and I'm at a different level of thinking. Really, a different level of thinking. Now, I've got to be careful about this. I used to walk around like this. I used to work construction, so I'm actually pretty good at it. But if you're at, oh, I'm in my own light. Let's move it back here. So, but what is our problem? You know, what do we need a different perspective from? Actually, who went to Simon's talk on contracts? A couple of people here. Okay, great. Simon talked about the Kniffin model, and he nailed it, basically. He basically nailed it. Because what he said was software development is in this quadrant of the complex, unordered domain. What that means is, I'm going to step back now, is that it's hard, and you can't predict it. You know, and when you do a contract law says, okay, it deals with stuff in this domain. So you're basically trying to solve something with reasoning, so paradigms that are in this domain for stuff that's in a totally different domain. So yeah, gosh, that will not work. You know? So, so we need a different level of thinking about this. And that started me, you know, thinking that one of the values that you use, or yeah, first, let's look at the solution. Because this contract negotiation is all about the, what they call the zero-sum game. It's a solution where there's no win-win. It's always win-lose or lose-win. That's a zero-sum game. Lawyers by nature are adversarial. So they would not naturally consider a win-win situation. Now, what happens is that when you have something that you need to fix in that domain, so where the solutions of our problems live, lawyers don't understand that. So in order to solve this, you need a, yeah, what I said is a different level of thinking. Now, Ken came up with Scrum. Scrum is meant for you to deal with the exact problems that are in this domain. They're complex. And you need cooperation. Customer collaboration is one of the values that underlie Scrum. So if we're going to look at Scrum, OK, now we have a solution. OK, fine. But now we need perhaps another paradigm shift, because lawyers are still here. We have a solution over here. But our paradigm is still adversarial. So again, we need to shift our paradigm. And is there a model out there that is all about teamwork, is all about, you know, fixing people not working together? I think there is. Patrick Lencioni, he wrote a book called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And it's all about recognizing when people are not working together. And so basically, lack of trust. Ooh, smell. And you go up the pyramid, and you basically, if you have a smell on every level, then you got a big stinking pile of you know what. So this is the model that you can use to have people work together. Now, can we apply this model to, you know, the way we work together with our customers? Yeah, sure. Just cross out the team, fill in Agile contract, problem solved. Right? Yeah. sort of, if you enter into an Agile contract, the mindset you need to look for is win-win. Because if you do anything else than win-win, you're in an adversarial game, basically. And that will end up hurting your Agile project. So what you need to do is, whenever you get your next contract, or at least I dare you to do, is look at the contract. See if there's evidence of these smell factors, like trust or adversarial behaviors, clauses that specify fines when late delivery is there or something. That's a smell. That's a trust smell. So if you do this, then you can sort of measure up the level of adversariety that is there, and you can say to your customer, hey, our method is based on values that are there in the Agile fundamentals. And collaboration is one of them. Our paradigm that we use to do project is based on cooperation. You are trying for an adversarial model to solve this problem. We cannot do this project with you because it's not win-win. It's just no deal. And I think that's the key. You got when people, if you enter a project, an Agile project, and you have tons of things that you say, hey, this is kind of deliver problems, or this is problematic, just don't do it. Because you'll end up hurting the project, you will not do Agile, and basically end up in the same adversarial game that we've been in for years. Okay, this covers our part, so we're okay. But in order for us to work together, we need the others involved as well, the customers. So the question I want to leave you with, because it's pretty much 15 minutes right now, the question I want to leave you with is, how can we convince customers to leave the adversarial model and go into the win-win or no deal? And how do we convince them and speak in terms that they understand? Because usually we tend to use all kinds of technical terms, and they just don't understand. We need to work together with them. Collaboration. Okay, that's my talk, basically. Are there any questions?
Any questions? I got a mic here. We got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. While they're getting set up, we can do some questions. Anybody? That was so perfectly clear, Arnaud. I think they all love it.
I guess so.
Big hand for Arnaud.
Thank you very much.